EMR Consultants is proud to present How Well Dragon Medical Practice Edition works with Practice Fusion.
Place your cursor inside the text area, turn on the microphone, and begin speaking. Otitis media. Cap that. Tab. Press Enter. John Carter Jr. is 5 years old and he is complaining of a sore throat and an earache in the left ear, period. The symptoms started 1 week ago after John had been swimming in a public pool, period. His mother has treated him with over-the-counter alcohol-based ear drops, however the symptoms persist, period. New line. His mother is very concerned that he may have some difficulty hearing, period. Now use the mouse and click O for objective. Negative ENT pediatric. Click A for assessment. Initial examination indicates a bacterial infection of the adenoids which has spread to the eustachian tube of the left ear, period. I also note that there is severe irritation of the tympanic membrane, period. And click P for plan of care. Throat culture macro. Amoxicillin 250. Return 2 weeks macro. Scroll up. Microphone off. Using Dragon Medical 10, I dictated the subjective portion of the patient chart with no spelling errors and 100% accuracy. In the objective, I used a custom command or macro to bring up a standard pediatric ear, nose, and throat review of systems. Once again, I easily entered text by dictating in the assessment. And in the plan of care, I used 3 custom commands or macros to bring up some common text, such as a strep test procedure, an explanation of a prescription for amoxicillin, and a request for the patient to return for a follow-up visit. I was able to complete the entire SOAP note portion of the patient chart quickly, efficiently, and accurately, simply by speaking. For better performance of Dragon Medical and Practice Fusion, there is one option setting that should be changed in Dragon. If you do a typical complete installation of Dragon Medical 10, it will have all the default settings enabled. For this portion of the video, I have restored the default settings for my Dragon software. Using the default settings for Dragon, you will not be able to dictate directly into Practice Fusion. For example, John Carter Jr. is 5 years old and he is complaining of a sore throat and an earache in the left ear, period. Dragon heard my dictation, but the text was not placed in the subjective area. There is a tool in Dragon that can be used in this situation. On the Dragon bar, select Tools and Dictation Box. Or you could say the command Open Dictation Box or Show Dictation Box to display the Dictation Box window. Turn on the microphone and dictate into the Dictation Box. John Carter Jr. is 5 years old and he is complaining of a sore throat and an earache in the left ear, period. Now click inside the text area of Practice Fusion, such as the subjective area. The dictation box will automatically minimize to the taskbar. Say the command Transfer Text. Transfer Text. And the text from the dictation box transferred perfectly into the subjective area. You can keep the default settings in Dragon Medical and still get excellent results in Practice Fusion by using the dictation box. You simply have to dictate everything into the dictation box first, then transfer the text into the appropriate area of Practice Fusion. However, if you prefer to dictate directly into Practice Fusion, there is one setting to change in Dragon Medical. This is a very easy process. On the Dragon bar, select Tools, Options. In the Options dialog box, select the Commands tab. And you see the option Enable HTML Support. Use the mouse to disable this option. This will also disable the option Enable Commands in HTML Windows. Click Apply and you see this message. You must shut down and restart Dragon for changes to HTML support to take effect. Click OK to close the message window. And click OK to save the changes and close the Options dialog box. Now on the Dragon bar, select Dragon, Exit, This will close the program. I'll minimize Practice Fusion and open Dragon by double-clicking the icon. Now bring up Practice Fusion again. When the user files have loaded, turn on the microphone. New line. The symptoms started 1 week ago after John had been swimming in a public pool, period. His mother has treated him with over-the-counter alcohol-based ear drops, however the symptoms persist, period. New line. His mother is very concerned that he may have some difficulty hearing, period.
This was a brief demonstration of how well Dragon Medical Practice Edition works with Practice Fusion. Please contact EMR consultants at contactemr.com and we can help your practice in the next step toward automation.